Oh, hiya, buddies. Welcome to the Okanagan. More specifically, the barking parrot. I didn't know that the parrots barked. Do some homework on that. We're here for a few days.
We're
Did
gonna
some
research.
intel on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are we're live. I understand we're live here in Penticton, the host city of the Young Stars Classic. Flames, Jets, Canucks, and Oilers will all take to the ice at the Whoop-de-Doo Arena just down the street. Beautiful, the Whoop-de-Doo Arena.
Yes, I know a lot of people when the Whoop-de-Doo was being built.
Yeah,
there
it's
was
very
great
nice.
anticipation.
Yeah.
And it's a little too hot, if I could be honest.
It is
Sun's
warm.
right on us, and I don't like.
There's a few things we'll get to, but for right off the top, we got to thank our presenting sponsors. Right off the hop, Pro Skate, professional skate service. They are in with us. 1070 42nd Avenue Southeast, the former Frank Sisson Silver Dollar Casino. You knew it then. You'll love it now. This place is unbelievable. They have gone in there, gutted it, and built it right back up into one of the most beautiful sporting goods stores you're going to see. They started in 1972. They're bigger and better than ever. Bauer, CCM, Warrior, True, Easton, Bryans, Vaughn. It's the best names. It's the best gear. It's the best staff, and they're waiting for you. They're just waiting for you. Check them out online, psscalgary.com, and check them. And say hi to Josh and say hi.
The whole crew.
Yeah. Everybody in there for sure.
It's a very stressful time.
Yeah.
I know we look stressed, but not just people that are working on the weekend.
That's right. We are stressed.
Evals.
I'll get to that.
Making teams.
Also, big thanks and a shout out to one of our presenting sponsors, Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. How we do it? Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. You know what? Here's the thing.
Welcome.
It's hard for us to imagine right now as we sit here in beautiful Penticton, the cold temperatures are coming.
But
it is. Mother Nature is undefeated. And she's going to show up and she's going to kick the door in. And let's hope that your heating system is ready to go. Winter is coming. Let Crystal Waters check your furnace now to make sure that you're set to go. There would be nothing worse than when the first cold snap hits and you go to turn the, give it one of these.
Yeah. Fire it up.
And nothing.
Click.
You don't want that. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, offering barn burner customers great promotional offers from discounts on equipment like furnaces, ACs, hot water tanks, emergency water shutoff systems, extended warranties, flexible payment options. New buddies, brand new buddies to the show. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Good to have you on board, because it is when your hot water tank takes a dump and you've got water everywhere. You don't want to start looking, calling your buddies. Do you know anybody that does this? Have you got somebody? Do you know Crystal Waters?
Now you got a guy.
You got a guy.
I know a guy. Guy knows a guy.
Now, I saw when we had the intro, they made the little kind of thing there.
Yeah.
They got you in a yellow shirt and they got me standing there.
You got a drink in your hand.
With a drink or something. I mean, I don't know what
song about that. Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're trying to say with that, but we're here on official barn burner business.
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
This is not about having fun. It may look great. I mean, yeah, we are here at the lakeside. It's beautiful here. It's got to be 25 right now.
Too hot.
Maybe hotter out here.
File complaint
on the patio of the Barking Parrot Bar. It's the Lakeside Resort and Conference Center. We're here, but we're not here to just kind of fool around and act like a bunch of degenerate. Sorry, thank you. That's great. We're here on official barn burner business. This is not about just getting out of town and milking it for our own benefit.
So I got some salt on your papers there. Sorry.
It's okay. So,
work to be done.
There's a big game coming up, man. Flames, they're going to open this thing up here at 5 o'clock Mountain Time.
That sounds right.
Against the Winnipeg Jets. Saw Craig Heisinger of the Winnipeg Jets at the airport today.
The limousine out front?
No, it was amazing. It's he just kind of
compact car.
Yeah, he's very easygoing. Very easygoing. So the Flames are going to play 3 games here over the next 4 days. Sunday is an off day. They have got the Jets today. They will play the Oilers. As you can see, they're on Saturday, and they'll wrap things up against the host Canucks on Monday afternoon. You can see the start times there. We'll be doing shows. We'll tell you about our schedule as it goes along.
A lot of work to do here. That's the thing. We got to be organized. There's so much work to be done.
It's so much to do.
Yeah.
It's so much to do. Because, we're going to be here for at least another 10 minutes. And then how are we going to fill the rest of the day? Well, I don't know. Get some kind of...
Did you bring your glasses?
Some kind of content, I guess.
A lot of scouting we have to do, right?
Yeah, we'll be watching tooth and nail. So it's a time of change. We were talking with RJ. RJ is very excited for it. He is a Flames fan. He loves the prospects. He knows that it's been tough sledding. You trade out a bunch of veterans. You go and you get a bunch of young guys. It's okay.
It's just salt. I don't want salt on your paper. Right.
Delicious. So you get the prospects coming in. So what does the roster look like? It's going to move and shake throughout the 3 games. I don't know that anybody. I mean, we'll see.
3 goalies, 7 defensemen, and enough to make 3+ lines of forwards.
And it's not an event where I don't want to say it. You're not really playing for a job, right? Is there anybody here that you would conceivably say has a shot at an opening night roster?
Yes, but I would say it's more the long shot variety. If you're an older guy and this is your second or third one of these, by all means, go dominate. And I know William Stromgren's a name that's everyone was talking about coming out of development camp. He had a really strong finish to his first campaign in North America. If he wants to go out and look like one of the best forwards at this thing, that would be a really nice move towards making his NHL debut this season. Yeah. A bold proclamation that I've made in the past 6 months. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we know it's incredibly likely that Zane Perrick goes back to junior, as will a lot of these other fresh, new-faced Calgary Flames. That's not a thing, new face, but fresh face.
It's fresh,
new Flames. Yeah, there we are. We're combining words, amalga word. But yeah, I think in years past, if you have a very high-end prospect who you think is ready, this is a tournament that if they're at, they got to prove they're too good for this tournament.
Yeah, so we're looking at the roster right there. I was just going to, if you want to tell RJ that when he bangs the table, it's basically like knocking the camera because our camera's right there. So when he's throwing stuff around,
no more breakdancing on the table. Okay.
So we'll just get the roster back up there just so everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Maybe excited's not the right word. Is there anybody that you're focused on?
Yeah.
That you're, intrigued, excited, whatever it is? Any specifics?
So I know Bobby Germany on Flames Nation wrote 5 prospects to watch for the tournament. And I read the article. It's a good one. One of the names that wasn't on there was the obvious one, which is Zane Perrick, who is immediately now, after being drafted, the top prospect on the team, including Dustin Wolf, a guy that was the perennial top prospect, it seemed, for a while. And he's got 2 Goaltender of the Year awards and AHL MVP. We know he's going to graduate. He's not here. So Perrick's obviously going to be fascinating just because incredibly high-end player that, basically could rewrite OHL history books this year when he gets back to Saginaw, Memorial Cup champ, top 10 draft pick. But there's some other interesting names. Hunter Brzustevich is going to start in the American League this year. And he was brought in as a high-profile prospect in the Lindholm trade, along with the first rounder and multiple other assets. What does he look like against a competition that I would suggest is higher than Major Junior? I think up front, it's a huge year for Samuel Honzik. It's been a really tough 2 years with injuries, and a guy they think could play the middle potentially. Time to be healthy and start producing. And look, you can't control injuries, but if he's healthy, we want to see him dominating and putting up big numbers with either the Vancouver Giants or more likely the Calgary Wranglers. So it's a big one for him. And then it's the new toys thing where I want to see Andrew Basha. I've heard a lot about him, stretching back to his 16-year-old season in Medicine Hat. Also, Matvei Griden, whatever we're saying.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
This
is the weekend to learn.
Was going to go to college. Now, I believe off to the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and a guy that should be expected to dominate junior hockey. He led the USHL in scoring last year and is a guy that consistency is what scouts want to see more of. But if you lead a league in scoring and you weren't consistent, it tells you about the ceiling, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, and we'll get into it over the next few days. Obviously, we're doing shows while we're here over the next 3 days. The Samuel Honzik conversation is going to be an interesting one. He's still a kid. But I feel like there's been a lot of pressure when you're a first rounder.
Craig's first pick as GM.
Right? There's a lot of emphasis on it, and then
picked in the teens.
You just assume, well, as a first rounder, it's going to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very good. And there has been a stumble. There has been injuries, and I just wonder for him, just 2 years essentially removed from his draft.
Yeah, not even
what kind of pressure?
18 months, 16 months from his draft. Yeah,
what kind of pressure he's feeling? I know they'll be trying to keep all the pressure off of him. They won't want him to feel any of that. But I think that's inherent when it comes with being a first round pick. So this will be an interesting watch. And I'm looking forward to talking to some of the guys too and just seeing it's easy for us to look at the stat lines and say, oh, I guess he didn't have a good year. Let's talk to the people who watched him closely over the last year and a half and see what their report card is.
Totally. And it's a transitional year potentially. If he's going to play in the American League against men, like, all right.
Yeah.
And we saw him training, I believe, with Pospisil in the summer. And it's like, I don't mind him training with that guy. Yeah. I like that guy's motor. And we'll see what he becomes under a lot of eyes and under the microscope playing for the Wranglers likely. And, you know, where this roster is at the NHL level come the new year and spring and beyond the deadline, who knows? But I mean, the highs and lows of it all, if he wants to have an excellent AHL campaign and stay healthy, there's no reason he wouldn't make his NHL debut at some point in the spring. The flip side is if he gets hurt again, you've really closed a lot of an important developmental window as draft year, draft +1, and then draft +2. So big year for him. He's got the huge body. He works well on the walls. He moves well for a big man. There's a thought that at worst, he could always be sort of that third line physical winger. But if he could be a center that plays in the top six, that's a totally different value class, right?
Yeah. It'll be a fun watch. I've been to a few of these before, and just being totally honest, when you're here watching the Flames, it's not really been super exciting because they have not really been in a position where they've picked very high.
Mhm.
They've traded away draft picks. It's been a lot of guys out of the Western League or just that were going to be maybe third, fourth liners. You didn't feel like there was a lot of high end there. There's been no one like a Brestevich or a Perrick or Gradine or
very few of those guys.
It's been few and far between, and you've watched the other teams who have come in with their high level talent, and you've kind of looked longing and lovingly at what they had. So this is hopefully an event where the Calgary Flames can have those kind of eyeballs on their prospects.
It's a younger roster than a lot of the other teams here, and we'll see how they hold up. I think because you have highly touted prospects does not necessarily mean you're going to go out and dominate. There's a lot of guys that are, let's say, 21, 22 that'll be up against Zane Perrick, who just played a 17-year-old season, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you want to measure it by wins and losses, but you want to see guys doing the things that made them special at this level. So, and I remember the first year this happened. I was working for the club here in Penticton, hilariously, and the Canucks said, we're going to do this thing. There's the new rink. We love it. They really like to expand their footprint beyond the lower mainland in BC. They want the whole province as their turf. We've seen them do preseason games in Victoria, and it's kind of become an annual with a few hiccups with COVID and such. But it was the Oilers showed up with, I think, Nugent, Hopkins, Hall, and Schultz.
I was going to say Taylor Hall played.
Holy.
Yeah.
And I remember I was writing for NHL.com just as a freelancer for the tournament, and TJ Brody was a fourth rounder that really popped for the Calgary Flames. And chatting with scouts, it's like, no, like there are legit NHL tools here, and we think we found a gem in the mid to late rounds. This tournament can be coming out parties for those types of prospects that the scouting community is already in on, but now when it's showing up in box scores and fans are watching, they're like, no, I think this guy will be a Flame.
And the other thing too, here's where you might find a beauty. You know,
Yes.
Maybe you find a beauty, not a first rounder, not a second rounder, but you watch this guy. I think he's going to play. This guy's got a little something, because we were throwing around other names in the past, like a Garnet Hathaway or younger guys that have come in. They run around. They've got no fear. They see Jets jerseys and Oilers jerseys, and that's all they need.
A Lomberg or like Hathaway type.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I hope we find a beauty or two.
Yeah, well. I think there's a chance of that. They've got a little of that in the system, and they've got some big fellas that I think the message from the team is always just play your game.
Yeah.
Development camp, it's not that. If you're a heavy hitter that likes to fight, development camp is like, what are we doing here? This is like we're doing dress rehearsals, because guys aren't lined up. Some people have just stopped playing. Other guys have been off for months. Some guys have been nursing injuries and trying to get back to health. And you're really just getting players familiarized with the organization, the city, and the people that they're going to be dealing with, as they graduate and up through the organization. This isn't that. Everyone is ramping up for the beginning of their season, whether you're playing in major junior or you're trying to play in the American League, or you're trying to crack an NHL roster. These guys are now in that window where they're all going to be at NHL training camps in a week. So it's time to play your game.
Yeah.
If you're a shit disturber, by all means, go disturb.
And there's some kids here too. They're going to play a lot here, and they'll step right in back in Calgary and start into exhibition games, and you'll be watching. This guy's played about 6 games in the last 9 days. He must be just gassed.
And then they return him to junior, and their season's rolling.
Yeah,
right?
that's
There's just
right.
no break for some of these guys.
This is a double. Is that a double? Or
I didn't specify, but I think a traditional margarita should be about a shot and a half at least.
So we are here, beautiful spot, Lakeside Resort and Conference Center, where there appears to be a bit of a old bird.
There's a convention of sorts. Yeah.
You got red hats and stuff. It smells like casseroles.
Everyone's wearing red and white.
Yeah.
And it looks like an octogenarian convention.
Yeah. There's a lot of varicose veins and red hats.
We're going to replace those with hockey players.
And
I believe we got
mothballs.
Canucks and Jets will be here. But
yeah, but we're here. So, I mean, we're going to bring that.
That's why
the
they're
cool
here, they heard
level up a little bit. We are right here on the. Well, I mean, you know this place better than I do.
Not in
Give
this
us the
kind of
scene-
light.
Give
but
us a
yeah.
scene set.
I mean, I'll say this. I took a photo of the broadcast position,
Yeah.
threw it up on Twitter, and within moments, Mike Commodore was like, barking parrot, hashtag in one. So
Yeah.
we've been here in darker lights and with a little more fog surrounding us potentially.
Yeah,
but
this is very unusual circumstances for you.
I know, but
And we can see just now, you won't be able to see it, but just over our shoulder is the Penticton. You can see it up there. You were saying, now which?
oh, there's a sign. Right
Yeah,
over
there's a
here,
sign
on
up
the
there.
top of the hill, like Hollywood, but it says Penticton.
Yeah. So which letter were you?
The I. That's you could sit right on top of the letter there.
Right.
It's a bit of a stumble if you fall. You got to be careful.
How
Watch your
does one
footing.
get up there?
You need to have a designated driver. That's the
Right.
first thing I'll suggest. Yeah.
Good call.
But
Good talk.
yeah, we're kind of position A. This is the place to have a drink and look at the water. So we're here. We're doing work.
We
Boots
are
on the
here.
ground.
It's not for everyone.
No, gosh.
Not everyone's cut out for this.
Yeah, I know Pike was saying, I'm not sure. Do you think you guys? Yeah, well, hey, if .ca.com can't be there, well,
We got this.
we
one
got
for you.
this.
We got this one. So Flames and Jets, 5 p.m. Mountain tomorrow. We'll be on, obviously, prior to that. We'll be on at noon Mountain time. But the Flames will play the Oilers tomorrow night. Sunday is an off day. And then Monday, it's against the Canucks. And with any luck, we're going to try and wrangle. It'll be tough to get some people out here, some media people or some hockey folks to come and sit out here on the patio under the sun.
It'll be tough.
We'll
Yeah.
try our best, though.
I don't know if you saw who photobombed us there in the background.
I didn't.
Jim Rutherford walked by us 5 minutes ago.
Is that right?
The president of the Canucks.
That's your buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we thought 15 years ago, we were like, oh, that guy's old.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, absolutely. He was.
He's looking great.
Yeah,
He's going the other way. He's getting younger.
He was in Carolina. It's like this guy's riding off into the
This
sunset.
guy
That was
is
about
just
20 years
mailing
ago.
it in.
Yeah,
He's done.
and a Stanley Cup later.
Well, I think it was Penguins and then
Yeah,
there,
got
and
one
then
of-
over here.
Got one with the Penguins after that. Where's Rhett? Did he miss the flight?
Yeah, long arms apparently couldn't get through security.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah,
It's a smaller
it's a
aircraft.
smaller plane. Yeah,
Sorry, sir. Only one bag in the overhead,
He
and
2 seats too.
you're going to have to leave your arms behind. And he said, "I'm not doing it." Diva.
which is beating him up because I know
Yeah.
how much he wanted to be here. He's
really wanted to.
he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
So to pry him away from this is tough.
Tough
Really
going
tough.
for sure.
Yeah.
Our presenting sponsors, of course, Professional Skate Service, the best brands, the biggest names, the best staff, hockey, goaltending, figure skating. That's the thing about the move to the new location.
It's
They're
all in
adding
one.
some. They've got clothing, merchandise. It's more than just skates and sticks. You got to get in there and see it. If you're a goalie parent, they've got the goalie center all under one roof. You're not going to beat it in the city of Calgary.
You know what the thing is? You probably don't have a family where you're all goalies or you're all figure skaters or you're all hockey players.
Yeah.
You probably got an assorted collection of them. They got you under one roof.
They got
It's
you.
brilliant.
They got you taken care of. And our newest presenting sponsor, Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Over 23 years of experience, over 30,000 projects completed. They strive to deliver premium quality equipment and services, focusing on safety, comfort, and product longevity. They just want to be the guardians of your home. They want to be the people that you look to in your time of need.
That sounds like a Marvel movie, The
really
Guardians
is.
of the Home.
Yeah, I don't know if they have capes or not.
I-
Check them out, crystalclearcalgary.com. And again, if you're a barn burner, you're a Barney or whatever,
Just give them the nod.
just say, hey, I heard the fat boy and the guy in the beard talking in Penticton about, just give him one of those. Hey, barn burner, eh? They're going to help you out.
Love it.
Good people.
Ahead of winter, you're saying better than waiting until winter for this?
Do not wait till winter,
This is what we would do, right?
because you'll turn it on and it'll have that smell. It'll be like, oh, that doesn't smell good. And then nothing. And it'll be cold and your wife's going to be mad. And it's going to be.
You said you were going to look at the mechanical
Yeah,
room.
so then you're phoning people and they could be here on Tuesday. But it's Thursday.
This is why
Yeah,
you
I
want
know.
Crystal Waters
That's
to
why
swing on
Crystal
by now.
Waters Plumbing and Heating will come and take care of you. Get it done now. The number to call, 403-219-4100. That's 219-4100 online, crystalclearcalgary.com.
How many minutes to puck drop? Are you ready? What are you doing?
What are we? 5, 4. We got to get
Carry the
accreditation.
zero.
We got to have a few more
Time zone.
margaritas. And
We got some time.
and then get to the rink.
I think we're 100 minutes from puck drop.
Oh, that's perfect.
But
That's perfect.
you are going to go to the
There's a chance.
perfect.
I would say it's the Warner math,
Yeah, what percentage?
85, 75. 85, yes, 75.
You mean like 75 to 85%?
no, it's, 80. It's right there. It's right there. From the beautiful patio of the Barking Parrot here at the Lakeside Resort in Penticton,
How's our boy
British
Jack
Columbia.
doing back at home? Is he jealous? We took
I don't
RJ,
think
not
so.
Jack. I know
I
he's
don't
got the
think he's-
Steelers tomorrow, but he's going to be upset about
He's
this.
fine.
I feel for him.
He's fine. That's Sunday too. You forgot what day it is already?
Is that tomorrow?
No.
So it's not Saturday today.
Not today.
We got to do 3 more shows?
That's correct.
God damn it.
See you, buddies.